It was suggested upon me to take the role as president. It wasn't something I was looking to do, but I was recommended by our last president, and I take her advice very seriously, and I just kind of stepped into the role and learned along the way. And I would say that I am now very much inspired, not just by that act of confidence, but also by the confidence of the women of this league. I've always said that I wanted to leave a legacy of contagion. You know, I think that I want to be able to have impacted as many people positively as I can, whether it's directly or indirectly. Maybe it's even just me being who I am and people resonating with aspects of me that they see in themselves. I think that everyone is a leader, and helping people find that is incredibly important. And I feel like doing that in the way that I know how to lead can help someone find their own path in leadership, because we can learn from everyone. And the best way forward is together, in my opinion. It's no secret that the most important issue is value, as it's reflected in salary and compensation, in media coverage, in opportunity, accessibility, visibility. You know, the overarching answer to that is equity, but it comes in so many different forms. And so as a PA, you know, we exist in the synapses of all of those things. And I wouldn't say that we're preparing to be ready for these types of changes. We are living it. We are the change that needs to happen. We are the change that we see ourselves to be. And truly, honestly, just listening to these amazing athletes, especially in the WNBA, is what helps us figure out where we want to go. We are developing into something, and we are growing into something that we've always seen and envisioned. There's been examples of it on the men's side, but we're really leading the way as perhaps the most resourced and equipped union in the history of women's sports. We were just always ready, you know. I think because we're living in it, we're faced with a lot of different challenges and obstacles along the way that we don't realize are preparing us for the future. Prime example was in 2016 when we had media blackout because of the brutality of Black lives by law enforcement. We didn't know that doing that would prepare us for the Wubble season and what we were able to accomplish off the court. It's happened just because we don't stay silent. We want to learn. We want to empower ourselves to be the citizens and the athletes that people wish to be or do look up to. Something that perhaps is like accessible to everyone is, if you know a woman in sport, a girl in sport, find a way to support them. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to start with the WNBA, but if you have a niece, a daughter, a friend, you know, a cousin, somebody that you know, and they're involved in sport, figure out how you can support them, whether it's going to train with them, whether it's exposing them to the professional aspect of their sport, you know. Understanding that there's so many ways to be involved in sport outside of playing the sport as well. You know, I think as we get older and we try to figure out, okay, what do we want to do? And the window to become a professional, it closes for a lot of people. I don't like when people believe that if they can't play the sport, that they can't be involved, because many of the leaders of sport who are women, many of the women who are in C-suite, they were all athletes at some point in time. And making sure that we broaden that perspective, doing something that is encouraging any woman in sport that you know. And if you don't know, discover somebody.